What's up, you guys? It's your boy Felipe, and today we're going to be talking about how we turned $64 and about 130 calls into a $10,000 wholesale deal. Let's get started. As always, those guys, before we get started, please hit the like button, leave me a comment if you like these videos, and subscribe to the channel if you want to continue to see these. Thank you so much. So, how did we do this? You know, it's interesting. Let me give you a little backstory. So, first off, I want to talk about what I didn't do. So, I didn't send out mailers. I didn't put up bandit signs. I didn't go driving for dollars. And I didn't do door knocking. I didn't advertise on Facebook, and I didn't spend a ton of money on advertising. In fact, all I spent was about 60 bucks on PropStream, where what we did was we pulled a list from there of owners that had tried to sell their home in the past and it didn't work out. One thing that told me was that now they're motivated sellers. Like, I know that they want to sell their house because they've already listed it and it failed. So what did I do is I went to propstream.com. I'll put the link in the bio, and you can use my link and get 7 days free. And basically I just went through the settings and I put buyers that had failed on the MLS with high equity. And what I did was I called them. So we started just cold calling. You can actually go on my Instagram at Felipe Mejia REI and see the video where I actually called this client live on IG and I set up a meeting. Boom, I set up the meeting. We went and met with her. Interestingly enough, she wouldn't let us in the house when we first got there. Great. So what happened was we were there. She wanted us to only walk around on the outside and said she had many wholesalers come to the property and try to buy it and then get inside and offer her less. And I was like, well, ma'am, maybe the inside is just really bad, but I can promise you this, I'm going to give you my highest and best if you allow me inside. If I'm only allowed to see the outside, then I'm probably going to give you my lowest offer because I don't know what we're getting to on the inside. After some negotiating, talking back and forth, she finally let us in the house. I went into the house and I was able to negotiate a fair price of $68,000 plus $1,000 towards her back taxes that she owed, right? So that being said, we were able to get the contract under for $68,000 plus $1,000 towards back taxes. Now remember, I haven't spent anything on bandit signs or direct mail marketing. I literally just pulled a list from PropStream, paid for the list, $64 total, and called her and a bunch of other people. Now, she said yes, and what we did was we signed a contract, $69K. Great. So now I went back and I started going on Facebook and went to that city's real estate investors meetup groups on Facebook and started advertising that I had a property for sale, but I wanted to know who the high hitters or the high, rollers in that area were that were spending the most money in real estate investing. So what I did was I just kept seeing the same name pop up. So I eventually sent that lady a DM and I was like, hey, I have a property that's in your backyard. I know nothing about this city, but I tell you what, if you find me a buyer, I will give you half of the money that we make on it. So she ended up saying yes. She was like, that's fine, that's fair. But what I wasn't doing is I didn't pitch her the property, even though I knew she might be interested. But what she ended up doing was pitching it to people she knew for a profit, right? Because she knew she was going to get half. She wasn't working for free. So then what she did was she came back to me and said, hey, Felipe, what if I find you a buyer at 78? Will you give me 4,000? Told her, I'll tell you what, if you can get it at 79, I'll give you 3,500. She said, done. She found a buyer, 79. So now we got the property under contract for 68 plus 1,000, so 69. And then she found it for 79 to someone else. And now I didn't have to do anything. I just got the deal and contacted her. She did all the legwork. So I'm going to give her 3,500 and we're going to keep the rest. So this is how I was able to turn $63 and about 120 phone calls into a $10,000 wholesale. No Facebook, no advertising, no marketing, no mailers, none of that jazz. Quick and easy. And it was that simple. Anyone can do it. You literally just go to PropStream, pull a list of a criteria that you like that's going to work in your city, right? I pulled a list of MLS listings that had failed. that had high equity and that had failed for more than 60 days on the MLS. That means that they really wanted to sell the property. That's what I did. And then I just found a buyer for it, $10,000. If you have questions about it, leave it in the comment box. Thanks, guys.